The New South Wales Premier says she feels sorry for Opposition Leader Jodi McKay, who is believed to possibly have hours left in the job. Charlotte Mortlock joins us live from Sydney. Charlotte, we haven't heard from the Premier since this Nationals win. Interesting, I'm not sure her sympathy was what Jodi McKay was after.
No, I don't know what she was expecting. Certainly caught a few of us off guard at the press conference this morning, Tom, but it's also good to see that she has at least some sympathy for the situation, because it is getting quite messy in the New South Wales Labor camp at the moment. But off the back of this weekend, obviously it's quite hard for a government to win a by-election. They usually see a swing against them, but that's not what we saw this weekend. It was a big win for David Layzell and the Nationals Party, but more broadly for the coalition, a big sign of the public support for Gladys Berejiklian and her team off the back of the pandemic. Now, the New South Wales Premier this morning was very grateful to those voters in the Upper Hunter.
I'm deeply grateful to the community for supporting the New South Wales government, and I can certainly say that I, for my part, will work my guts out, and my government will work our guts out to keep the community safe and strong. No, the biggest challenge we have is keeping our community safe and strong, and that's what my focus will continue to be.
Labor leader Jodi McKay has been under pressure to resign now for a number of months. A lot of people saying that she's failing to have any cut through at the state politic level. But, of course, this has been made far worse and compounded by this loss over the weekend. She's from Gloucester herself, so that does really make it a bit more of a personal loss. The New South Wales Premier, Gladys Berejiklian, did sympathise with her position today, saying that she felt sorry for her, given that we are expecting the resignation from Jodi McKay in a matter of hours, if not days.
Well, I actually feel sorry for her. New South Wales is a tough political business.
Meanwhile, the by-election loss, it's a state by-election, some different takes on what it means federally.
Yeah, the ramifications for this are fairly widespread. We've obviously seen Joel Fitzgibbon coming out and lashing the result over the weekend. He says that the Labor Party is heading in the wrong direction, that the brand is in trouble. He's been saying for over a year now that the Labor Party is losing voters in coal-rich areas, not only of New South Wales, but over other parts of the country as well. The opposition leader, Anthony Albanese, is distancing himself from those comments and not taking the results over the weekend. He's really trying to play them down.
I will not be running as an independent. I'll be either running as a Labor candidate or not running at all. I want to run and I plan to run. I'm raising money to run and I'm working like a member who's running. But I have doubt in my mind because I'm not so much concerned about my own electorate. I'm very confident about my own electorate despite the weekend's results. But, you know, I'm very keen to ensure that we embrace the people who have deserted us.
Have you spoken to Joel Fitzgibbon about his comments? I mean, he said the loss for Labor is diabolical.
No.
Are you expecting Joel Fitzgibbon to contest the next election for Labor?
That's a matter for the people of the electorate of Hunter.
Tom, the three federal seats of Hunter, Shortland and Patterson, all in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales, are held by Labor, but they have seen swings against them in the past election. They're all marginal seats and will be a focus of Scott Morrison's campaign in the lead up to the next election, obviously hoping that he can win some of them over.